So today, we're playing the Reaper, and we're going to be trying out the new unique Time Dilator. And Time Dilator reduces our cooldowns by an absurd amounts, and we're going to be pairing this with a Serpent staff, a cauldron, and some eye lamps here. Or some turbo skill. Our opponent is trying to stack up a bunch of poison on us since they are the poison ivy, but we attack through the armor here, so we should be able to beat them down here. However, that poison is taking us down pretty fast here. But hey, check this run out, and let me know what you think of this build. Okay, let's go and jump some rank games with the Ranger. We're going to be trying the relic case once again. However, we do have our wooden sword. We're starting off with that. That should be pretty good. However, we did get a broom here. We could also go for a shell totem type build. Let's go ahead and grab a shell totem. Let's go ahead and grab a broom. Let's buy a pocket sand. Let's roll once. And these items we do want. I would like a big old banana. We're not going to be able to take it for right now. We'll actually take this potion. That should be pretty good. I do want this armor. I do also want this fanny pack. But that's all we can really do for right now. We did have a little bit of extra gold, but I did kind of want to save it in hopes of finding some extra storage so we can fit in that leather armor. With the relic case, our weapons are going to scale up in damage. It's going to reduce our stamina, so it shouldn't be too bad here. Smashing even. We got a shell totem, which is going to be pretty good for us. We do want this for right now, so we can increase the speed of our garlic. We do want this leather armor, but can we afford to fit it in if we do take it here? Well, if we lose our garlic, we can fit it in on like this. That should be pretty good. Then we're going to roll once more, and that's all we can really do. It's not super ideal, but we're going to have to kind of move on like this. So we should be able to get our shell totem to give us up in power straight away, because we do have that armor from the very beginning. So we should be awesome here. We're scaling up our damage on our broom. We inflict that blind. By the time to break through our armor, it's going to be a lot harder for our opponent to hit us, so we can continue scaling up our power here. Just pausing the video here very quickly, just to ask you to subscribe. It really helps me out. Thanks. Now let's get back to the video. So pretty decent setup here, which is going to be pretty good. Now we do want this leather bag. We do also want to add in our health pot. We could take a big old banana. Should we take it for right now? Our stamina isn't too bad here. It's also going to decrease. So I'm not going to take it. I'm going to roll here. However, it's kind of looking like I kind of want to go for a staff build here. So I do kind of want to go for some blueberries here, but I do not want to craft up mana potion. I'm going to roll on. I do want this leather bag. I think that's going to be pretty good for us. We do need that storage. So we're going to continue on. Now we probably should buy the stone, so we'll buy it before we move on. And yeah, I think that's going to be pretty decent for us. We should have a ton of survivability with this health pot. Shell totem. Now, blueberry's going to be doing a whole lot of nodding until we get magic staff here. However, we are going to be getting a berserker with utility pouch here. They're going to have a lot of lifesteal for those couple of seconds. But after those seconds end, it should be in our favor here, especially with that health bar. Smashing even. Okay, we got a leather bag, which is kind of awesome. Also got a box of riches, which we're going to have to buy here. Toad is mana generation. It's also luck generation. I'm not going to take it. I'm going to roll on once here. We could actually take this blue gemstone. I'm going to take it over to pocket sand for right now. It's also a leather bag on sale. That should be pretty good. Basically took this, so we have a 25% chance to inflict that frost while also gaining some mana. It's just going to help with more consistency and scaling up our magic staff here. Bolting, our opponent is rocking a shell totem as well. They've stacked up quite a bit of buffs here. So this could be super problematic, especially with a small dagger. And yeah, unfortunately, they just had way too much value for us. So with that, let's take our leather bag. Let's go ahead and roll on. Okay, every time we see this regular amethyst, we kind of have to take it here. Just to reduce our opponent's healing by 25% once we stock it into armor. It's going to be too good not to take. Now, we do also want this customer card. I'm going to roll once more. We could upgrade to turnip here. We're not going to take it. Next round, we're going to be rolling for quite a bit. If we're going for a staff build here, we do want to roll a ton here to get a mana orb. This next round, our highest chances is blue items, which are like blueberries and health pots. With the customer card, it will increase at least one of them here to purple item. So we should have a decent chance to get a mana orb next round. Not guaranteed, and we are getting turbo deleted by this other Reaper here, unfortunately. However, we did get this item here called the Time Dilator. Now, we'll actually be reserving this. We also got a stone skin potion, which I do want to craft up into stone armor here. So I think we're going to make a little bit of a pivot here. We're going to sell this. We're going to take this to craft this up. I'm going to take a pair of gloves. Sell this little green gemstone to take this purple gemstone for healing reduction. Now we've only got 3 gold here. I'm going to roll in hopes of finding one mana orb here. Can we actually find it? Unfortunately, it was definitely a long shot here. Let's sell this roll once more. Yeah, definitely a long shot here. A lot of items I do want. I do want this eye lamp to be increasing the damage here. But yeah, unfortunately, we kind of have to roll on like this. And we could craft up a mana potion, but for right now, it's not going to be doing little first here. So we do want to keep our health pot here. It does give us a little bit of max HP, but that's all it's going to really do. We'll see, our opponent is turbo stacking in power here because their DPS is gone extremely low. So their turn up is going to be dealing massive damage. However, they are not going to be hitting with their turn up here, because their stamina is going to be too consumed by the shell totems. So yeah, that's exactly the reason why we won here, because our opponent didn't really manage their stamina as well here. Now we do want to move this in here so we can actually take our eye lamp for right now. That should be pretty good. We do also want this, but we do also want our time dilator. We're also going to take a little bit of extra storage. We've got 2 gold. I'm going to roll once. We're going to upgrade gemstones here, because with this, that should be 45% healing reduction, which should be insanely good. Now at this point, we could sell our customer card here and roll once, twice even. Still not finding it here. We are in a lot of trouble here. Our DPS is 1 broom here, but we should have a ton of armor, with stone armor, and also reduce our opponent's healing here by quite a bit. We just want one of these magic staffs, but unfortunately we are struggling to find here. Our opponent is going to be scaling up that damage here, so they are going to be scaling up their damage way faster than we are. But we do have a ton of survivability here, and yeah, just basically out surviving our opponent here. So at this point, which subclass should we go for here? I did really want to go for a magic staff type build, but unfortunately we just do not have the items for it. We could go for the cauldron if we were going for that magic staff build. That would be insanely good for us here. We could also go for Mr. Struggles. Since we got a stone armor here, we could potentially go for an outsurvivability build. We could also go for Nocturnal Locklifter to get a bunch of lifesteal on our staff here. Even though it's a ranged weapon, well, this is not a ranged weapon. The magic staff will be a ranged weapon. We could upgrade to a fancy fencing rapier with this setup here. So we're kind of leaning towards Nocturnal Locklifter here. But I think I'm going to go Cauldron here. I'm going to go Cauldron here. I'm going to upgrade our mana potion. Or right now, I'm also going to switch this way. So we can craft out that mana potion, and I'm going to have to roll here by quite a bit also. We definitely, a lot of items I do want to take here. But this round, I'm going to take time and dilator. I'm going to preserve this. I'm going to roll once. More blueberries we do also need. We'll also go for a serpent staff here, but we just not having that mana orb is kind of rough here. I'm going to sell this to take our blueberries as right now. Slot that in, and now this is going to be triggering on one of our items here, most likely the eye lamp, or actually the garlic here, which is not super great here. It's also going to help us to survive for quite a bit, because it's going to reduce our opponent's weapons here cooldown, which is going to be insanely good for us. However, they're going to stack up a crazy amount of power immediately here. Our damage is going to be super long scaling up. It shouldn't be too bad. We should also get a ton of heat, so our weapon triggers faster and faster. We should get a ton of healing here from it as well. We'll see. That is 17 in power, by the way. And yeah, definitely going to lose here. That was 17 in power. So we got our strong mana potion crafted up. That is another eye lamp here. I would love to take, but unfortunately, just cannot take it as of right now. We're going to have to roll, and we actually found it here, which is insanely awesome for us. We also want a second leather armor, that is for sure. Now this is looking a lot better for us. We also do not want this in because that will actually activate our time dilator, because this is a 6-second cooldown. We also may want to remove our garlic as right now. At this point, I do think we sell it. We roll on once, and I do think we actually want to craft up a second stone skin armor here, which does mean I do not want to craft these up because these alone will be 50%, 70% healing reduction. So we're going to go ahead and move on, and we have a high chance of losing here because we still don't have that magic stuff. We'll have to see. Hammer dagger builds with cursed dagger is going to be problematic as well. It's just going to be absurd damage here. And yeah, unfortunately, it's just crazy damage here. So with that, we got our magic staff, which is going to be insanely awesome for us. We got a strong mana potion. We do want this potion bolts. Then we're going to slot our potion into us right now. We do have a gold left. However, I do want This extra armor set. I also do want this eye lamp to be scaling up our damage a little bit more here too. We're going to take the armor for right now so we can reduce our opponent's healing a little bit further here. We can also add this in to get a little bit of armor from our mana, which shouldn't be too bad. However, we decided to move our setup around so our gloves is actually targeting our cauldron. So this should be a lot better. Now, we actually might want to remove our blueberries, so our time dilator is actually just focusing on magic staff, eye lamp, and cauldron here. So we're going to keep our blueberries in our inventory for right now. I do want to take a second eye lamp here to be turbo scaling their damage. I'm going to be checking this here. Will we have enough mana generated up from our cauldron here? We'll see. Time dilator is actually activating our eye lamp here, so we should be able to scale up our damage. Turbo crazy. We'll see. Our opponent's also going to be scaling up that damage with their double X here, but we do slow it down by quite a bit with the time dilator. And yeah, it's actually looking insanely awesome here. Perfect little amethyst here we do want to take here. We do want to craft up a strong stone armor here. Going to be selling blueberries. Let's take a second eye lamp here. Let's go ahead and roll on. Okay, this is amazing here. We definitely want this for sure. I'm going to roll once more. We do want these potion balls. Now, we're going to go for a serpent staff here. We're going to sell these gemstones. I actually think we are. Go for a serpent staff. That should be pretty good for us here. Serpent staff into perfect sapphire. Means we can attack through armor. We also reduce our opponent's healing here, so we should be able to smash down our opponent here. But we'll see. Our opponent is rocking steel goblet here, so they're going to be scaling up their damage on their tusk pokers. But again, massive damage incoming. We got our stone armor, which is going to be pretty darn good for us. We do also want these gloves to be making our magic staff go even faster. So with that, let's go ahead and craft up our serpent staff. Let's go ahead and take a pair of gloves right now. But yeah, we changed our setup around just a little bit here so we can actually increase our cauldron with our gloves here, with our staff as well. So this is looking pretty good here. This is looking pretty good here. We do have 85% healing reduction with our amethyst here. And we could take Toad here, but Toad will be affected by time dilator, which we do not really want here. We just want our cauldron, our eye lamps, and our magic staffs here. We also do want to take this in the next round. We also want to take our shield of valor. So we get a turbo amount of armor here. We'll see. We are going to begin Cubert Burning Banner. They're going to be trying to remove our buffs here, but as long as they don't remove our mana, we should be pretty good. However, we do not have any mana as right now. Once you get our mana, we're scaling up our damage here by crazy amounts. It's going to be close though. But yeah, managing to pull ahead here. Little DPS check here. 41 DPS compared to opponents. 41 and 14 DPS. So yeah, definitely pretty close here. So we're gonna sell this in favor of actually taking this perfect sapphire. That's gonna be pretty good. We also want to add in these topazes for right now. Just because we're going to increase the speed of our weapon, even though it's going to be decreased. We actually don't really need these in because stamina is going to be super low. We're going to sell this though to roll once. We definitely want this leather bag. Another stone's compulsion. Now, do we want another eye lamp here? I actually don't think we do, because with 2 eye lamps, our time dilator is going to be focusing these 2 eye lamps here. So I'm actually not going to take this one. I do want all of this armor stacking though, so we're going to roll on like this right now. So we'll see. Going to begin a hammer dagger build. We could be bursted down here super fast, but we do slow down the hammer here by quite a bit. So we'll see. We've got a ton of mana. We should be able to stack up all that poison. We should be able to attack. And it's looking pretty good here for us. But it's going to be actually a little bit closer than I actually wanted here. But yeah, we definitely need a mana orb as well, because that will lead to some mana generation for our serpent staff here. Yeah, for sure. We definitely want a mana orb here. Now let's take the leather bag. We can fit in our armor for right now. We cannot really fit in this shield as of right now. So with that, we're going to actually slot this over here so we can craft up the strong stone skin potion. So we can proc our mana orb from the very beginning. That should be insanely good for us here. So I'm going to take our shield of valor. That's all we can really do. Might actually sell one of these topaz that we literally just crafted up for right now. Now we could also take a prismatic orb here. Time dilator will actually just make a prismatic orb here. Scale up a ton of buffs. Is that something we actually want? It will give us a ton of mana from the very beginning, but we do not actually really want that here. We can also move our setup around just a little bit here, so next round we can actually fit in our shield of valor. So yeah, I'm going to continue on like this for right now. Now, another Cursed Dagger build with a Ruby Chunk, with a Blood Turn, which is kind of absurd here. You'll be able to inflict a good bit of DPS. But so far, it's actually looking smashing in our favor here. Insane here. It's looking like our eye lamps are going turbo nuts towards the end. Thanks to Time Dilator here. So we might have actually wanted to remove these here and just focus on our Serpent Staff and our Cauldron. That could be the play here, but I'm still going to continue on like this for right now. We do get 1 life back, so we're at 3. We do have to survive for 4 rounds, which is not too bad here. So I do want to craft this up potentially to get a little bit more healing reduction. Should be pretty good. We also got a strong stone skin potion, so that should be insanely valuable to us here. We don't exactly want any of these items here. We could take this because we are generating up a good bit of mana. Not a crazy amount. We're not going to take out more stone skin potions. I will take here. We definitely need this extra bit of storage here. Okay, so we changed our setup around to be a little bit more like this. Now, I'm not actually going to craft up these amethysts here, actually. Because with that should be 30% healing reduction with 80% healing reduction altogether in total with another 20% here. So with our purple amethyst here, we should have 100% healing reduction, which should be insanely awesome. We're going to be crafting up a second strong stone skin potion. But yeah, this is going to be our setup. Now, it's a little bit less than ideal. We do want this all like this for right now, but unfortunately, we kind of have to continue on like this. We do have 3 gold here. I'm going to use it to roll here. I actually do want this fanny pack. That's going to be pretty good for us here. And with that, let's go ahead and move on. Now we'll see. We also moved our eye lamp into this position to increase our Serpent Staff here. So we have a ton of armor. We should have that mana from the very beginning. So our Serpent Staff should be insanely strong right now. It should be scaling up that damage. We have a ton of striability here. And smashing here. Looking insanely good for us. We got our stone skin potion here. We could craft up a Peasant's Flask here, which I kind of do not want to as of right now. We'll, however, add this in for right now. Into this position. Also got another one of these chipped amethysts, which I will just add in. We could recombobulate our whole board here. Let's not do that here. Let's go ahead and roll on. And actually, we could take a second Shield of Valor, which could be absurd here. Is that something we actually want to do? Not exactly. However, we'll be taking one of these here. Let's not craft these up for right now. Let's craft these ones up. We do have 11 gold here. I do kind of want to roll. And actually, what we could do is go for Vampire Gloves here. So unfortunately, we need to put this back here. Craft of Vampire Gloves. Let's take another Potion Balls. Yeah, that's going to make our Serpent Staff and our Cauldron here go super fast. However, Vampirism is not going to be doing anything for Serpent Staff because it is a ranged weapon. And Vampirism is not going to be doing anything for us for right now. But we should be able to turbo smash our opponent because they do not have any healing here. And so far, looking insane, especially with poison. It's going to be insanely good here. Awesome. With that, we got our Vampire Gloves, which is just going to be increasing our Serpent Staff by an extra 15%, which is going to be pretty good for us here. And we'll take this Potion Ball so we can slot this back in here for right now. We could also take a Glowing Crown here, craft up King's Crown to protect our buffs here, but I do not really actually want that here. Also, Holy Amethyst, we have a ton here. That's insanely awesome for us. I'm going to roll here. We can also take this Corrupted Crystal. I think we are going to take it because that will provide a lot of armor as well. With Serpent Staff, since we're going to be inflicting a good bit of debuffs here. We also got to make sure not to add these into our backpack here because they have such a long cooldown that our Time Dilator is actually going to be targeting these. That is a little bit of a mistake by adding these in. So that's something we do have to keep an eye out for here. However, I do want to take this fanny pack because I do want to increase the speed of our Cauldron here. By just a little bit. Also, it's not the most ideal setup for our armor, our potion situation, but it's going to have to be this way for right now. Let's go ahead and continue to roll here. Flawless Amethyst, I actually don't think we want here. Let's go ahead and roll on. Any of these items we actually do want. Not exactly here. Let's keep it going. We could take another leather armor. That could be pretty good for us here. Towards the end because we can slot this down here and then add it in. So yeah, I actually will take this for right now. We do have 2 more rounds. So yeah, let's go ahead and roll on like this for right now. Now, Time Dilator has been extremely awesome for our setup here because it does reduce our opponent's attack here by quite a bit. Our opponent is trying to stack up a bunch of poison on us since they are the poison ivy, but we attack through the armor here, so we should be able to beat him down here. However, that poison is taking us down pretty fast here. And just barely in time here. With all the armor here, we definitely have a crazy setup with the perfect sapphire and the healing reduction here, so insanely awesome. Even more amethyst. It's definitely overkill though. But let's take our leather armor for right now. Let's go ahead and roll on. We could take this unidentified amulet, gamble here in the final round to see what it's going to be. Down to the wilds here. Actually, do we even want this? We don't really stack up spikes. I'm going to sell it here. I'm also going to sell our box riches. We do not want any more amethyst. I'm going to buy this little bit of extra storage. I'm going to roll on here. We could settle for another eye lamp here. Don't exactly want to. We could just end up taking a shield of valor here. Okay, so we're going to be selling our amethyst here because we're going to be taking a second shield of valor, which is going to be insane. I'm also going to add this in for right now, like this. So with that, this is going to be our final setup. Everything is upside down, but it's going to have to be this way for right now. But with our time dilator here, which has been literally the MVP, because it does produce our opponent's attack speed here, while also increasing our whole setup here, which is perfect for the Serpent staff here. Now we did opt to have our cauldron and not have any star slots used, which is kind of insane, but we do not want to add in food items around our cauldron here, because it will just be targeted from our time dilator here. So our time dilator is only going to be activated on our eye lamps, our serpent staff, and our cauldron here, since we have no other cooldowns on our whole build here. And with a second shield of valor, we should have a ton of armor here, especially with the setup. Now there probably is a better setup here, but this is the setup we are going to roll with as of right now. But it's looking pretty good. We do have a bunch of armor targeted on this shield of valor. We have our armor set up like this, with our potions on our other shield of valor. So yeah, let's go ahead and see if we can actually win this final rounds. Now this could be problematic because it is going to be inflicting a lot of cold on us. They do have that invulnerability. Cold is going to be super problematic because it is going to be slowing us down to snail's pace as they deal massive damage. But so far, actually, big counter, we do get a ton of armor again. But it's just not going to be enough here, unfortunately. Just falling short here at the very end, but this build was straight up absurd here. 62 cold here. And yeah, unfortunately, meeting our big counter here, especially with our whole setup here. The one counter we do have is cold here because it does reduce our already slow serpent staff here from our time dilator, which is kind of absurd because if our opponent is stacking armor, we should be able to attack through with a perfect sapphire. If they have healing here, we should be able to stop them from healing, or at least reduce it by quite a bit. We also had an absurd amount of block as well, and yeah, our DPS here just super low because our serpent staff went to a snail's pace here. Time dilator also went to snail's pace, so unfortunately did face our counter here, but honestly this build was a lot of fun here, especially trying out the time dilator, and I think we had a pretty good build with it, but unfortunately just fell short at the end here. But we did thrive with 2 lives left here. Let's go and see just how much rank points we got here. Plus a 19, our rank is up quite a bit here. But anyways, going to leave it here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. And hope you keep looking for the next one. See you next time.